We pick up where we had left off in the main line of events. So yes, somewhere out there, unbeknownst to the party, there is a surviving pixie and some other scattered fae doing something, including discovering a patch of like artificially grown wild flowers that was then almost pretty much just set on fire and abandoned. Uh, to oh well.
Oh.
uh, Meanwhile, like 100
We'll
episodes,
hear about
100
a fire
episodes
in-
ago,
in the
these
corner,
flowers
like-
can never be artificially cultivated anywhere. That's why they're so precious, and the flower fields are as important as they are. Uh, Now, fast forward back to here, and you all are in Mordecai's hometown as it's being overrun with all manner of undead, corporeal, incorporeal, and I guess those somewhere in between. You had crawling claws coming up out of fountains, indicating that there's probably a lot more under the ground than there are shuffling above. You have ghosts zooming around, possessing people, like aging them, like taking their life force. You have
That fleshy thing was not affected by turn undead.
yes, because they are made with the bad, not the good.
I'm the good.
Wait, what wasn't affected by what?
The fleshy kind of handy thingies weren't affected by turn undead.
The hands, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they were undead. They're just a really gnarly form of them that can't.
They had turn immunity.
Yeah.
They had turn immunity, and Cypher pointed out that, yeah, no, this is super fundamentalist. Even the Shadowhar Orthodoxy doesn't play with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Shadowhar are more willing to use undead, but they have standards.
Although the
Unlimited
Shadowheart
power
here
is like-
are not immune to being attacked by them because they are also being savaged by undead. And in particular, you've seen, as my little colorful scribbles up there indicate, their airships have been attacked. There are lightning bolts shooting up. There was at one point some giant flail that was like thrown up and crashed through a deck, only to turn back around and come back to the wielder. You all had taken off in segments and saw that standing in a small park is your former companion, friend, something. Now Revenant, which is also another bad undead because Revenants can't be turned either because they're made with bad juju and not good mojo. And yeah, Raphael though is different in appearance than he was even last time. Most notably, standing like 20 feet tall is, that's a change. At one point, he had some sort of like wings that were coming out of his back, but they look like they were like blown off or shorn off or something because they're just kind of bloody stumps. And his tiefling horns have almost like extended and are very like tall and kind of swooping back and up. And yeah, he's just there, kind of presumably directing attacks. Professor, you had commandeered a small personal airship, and you're standing on its deck, and the rest of you are on owls. As you were a ways back. I think we said something like 200 or 300 feet back from Raphael. He hasn't seemed to notice you, although you were shouting at him. But I don't think that through all the noise, I don't think that he heard you. Or if he did, he's not paying attention. And we're just gonna have to say that for the sake of the background music, if any of you are listening, yes, those are machine gun fire. Machine guns firing and a Godzilla sound. We're just going to say that that's the scream of the damned and magic spells going off through the streets of Oldport. Imagination. But yes, all things are happening here, and we are here. What would you like to do? As there are, these attack ships are firing down at the park. They're kind of like doing a swirl and a rally. There's a lot of stuff going on. People are screaming and running down below. Occasionally, you'll see a hellish rebuke pop off in the streets below, indicating that the citizens are also being attacked. There's skeletons on fire and ghosts and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back over to you. Live from the streets of Oldport, what's going on, crew?
Well, oops, sorry, I was just gonna say this. Yes, live from Oldport. It's Doom 1485.
I think this is actually a milestone because Raphael has now appeared more times as an undead than as an actual player character.
He was a tree.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
I arrived in the tree. That's funny. That's actually very funny.
Oh, I might have to
But,
reconnect. I just you all froze up on video, and now it's
Medi
your.
died.
You did.
And I deaded too. Oh my goodness. Let's
Yeah.
see.
You did it.
Well,
you did
it's
it.
not a
If you go into
Tuesday
settings-
session.
If you go into settings, you can reconnect without refreshing the whole page.
Yeah, it's way better.
We'll give that a try.
Hey. There we go.
Hey, I see
There's a
the
Maddie
use.
face.
So yep, hail, the gang's all here.
Mordecai wants to approach the gigantic Revenant Raphael.
Yeah. So now to refresh my memory, were Mordecai, Norlai, and Bright all together, or were we separated? I think it was like Mordecai was separated a little from the rest of us or something. I don't
Yeah, I had
remember.
fallen back for a little bit.
Okay.
I was healing people.
My owls are up.
Or I should say, I was sparing people from a distance.
One second, I gotta write out your. Oh my goodness.
You were also going to go over our +1s, weren't you?
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now, because if you're whatever's gonna happen, I know there was a plan to talk to him. I'm fine with that. There might be a plan to attack, or you can always do one or the other.
Kind of depends on what he plans to do. Does he plan to attack us?
We'll
Damn.
find
We
out.
could
All right,
always just run away.
that's the list that I have of the past week and this week of +1s.
That's a lot of +1s for the DM.
Is
Yeah, guys.
Wow, the
Yes,
audience.
because the audience doesn't like
Statistically,
us.
Matt needs more. No, he has the most.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
guys, he
There's your
doesn't
pool.
need more. He
Come on,
doesn't
guys.
need more. Give them to us.
Okay, so what I will do, it
Ooh,
just
look,
so
there's a
happens
map.
I have a grid with some things on it. Pay no heed.
Oh my god.
Pay
There
no
is
heed.
a map?
Then it's great.
You wish to
Already has a
approach. You wish to approach Raphael. Does anyone else want to move in with Mordecai, or do you all want to stay a comfortable several hundred feet back?
I'll approach
Let's
with
go
why
back.
not?
I don't need to be that far back. Maybe I'll be like 50 feet back.
I
Okay.
can be pretty far back.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach with Mordecai. Because in the words of a particular meme, I can't beat the bleep out of you without getting closer.
And where is? I'm dragging tokens out for if/when they're necessary. So you don't even have to approach from this side, but I figured I'd just get you all out and ready. All right, Mordecai. As we have this park, there are ghosts and ghoulies hanging around. The blue ones
For all-
are
for all
skeletons
of
that
you
are on
guys?
fire. The white ones are ghosts. There are undead animals. So here are some like zombie dogs as well. So not even the pet cemetery has been spared from all of the activity going on. And there are humanoid skelemans as well. And then, of course, we have our big boy Raphael. You can swoop around. From which direction would you like to approach?
There's one.
Hi, doggy.
Oh, what? Okay. I think I'm just gonna approach him from across the fountain. Just kind of walk up to like right here.
Okay. Boop. Okay, you're hiding behind a tree, or?
No, I was gonna. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go like right here.
Okay. Okay. So you're are you parking your owl, or are you just swooping in and there you go?
I can swoop in there. It's fine.
Okay. I guess in case it comes up, I should give you an owl as well. Let's go.
I'm already a little banged up. I don't like that.
That's a polar bear. Well, an owl or I guess a horse will do too, because they're apparently interchangeable.
Is the owl a large creature anyway? So.
Yeah.
They're large, yep.
Here we go. Winged beast. Okay. And I can copy that. The professor is swooping in as well then?
Yes, the professor did land next to everyone, so he's walking in with Mordecai.
Okay.
I have like 40 feet of movement regularly, so now I can just, hoverfly, just like a foot off the ground.
Bright,
There should be
where would
an
you like to
arrow.
be then?
I'll be a little bit back of Mordecai. I want to be right over this tree.
Yeah.
In case something bad happens to the owl.
Okay.
I'll have something to break my fall.
Okay. So
I'm planning ahead.
Yep.
there we go. And
Yep.
Norelai, do you want to stay several hundred feet away? Do you want to swoop in? You want to go from a different angle? What would you like to do?
I would like to be precisely 240 feet away from Raphael.
Very specific, but okay. You like directly above him, sort of off to a side, or?
Off to the side, so like behind the party.
Okay.
Probably not on the map yet, but specifically 240 feet away.
Sure. I'll note that you are 240 feet in the blue sky, even though it's happening at night. And you can be 240 feet up from somewhere. Okay.
I'm probably not that high, but I want to be that far.
Or far. Yeah.
Yep.
Raphael stands before you. He is, as you are making your approach, he's a little distracted. As you see him take this flail and just, it has a skull at the end, though it's a metallic cast one. But it reminds you of the alternate manifestations of Ouijas that you saw when you visited the Shadahar converted temple, but this is even still different and is more of a 3D version of what you had seen inscribed on him and the others that were in that cabin that brought them back into whatever this ultra undead form is. And so then this sort of Ouija skull goes flying up, leaving a radiant streak behind it, like a comet shooting up, and it bounces off the side of a warship, definitely shaking it up, but not bringing it down. and it returns back. So in this case, I will give you, if you want to say anything or do anything with his back turned to you. Again, if he knows that you're there, he hasn't made any indication. But you can have a first move or a first word of some kind.
Raphael.
As a ghost zooms past. The undead that are here are kind of passive. Like the ghost went past you, Mordecai, but didn't like go through you or try to possess you. But they, as it does fly past, you do get that chill. Like this is, it's a ghost and it could do something. But right now it just seems to be, they're all kind of on a wandering pattern. In a voice that sounds like 100 voices, 200 or more, both projected and also in reverse, just sort of with a weird otherworldly tone. Mordecai, and you get like that same, like the same word, just like half a second apart, a couple different times. Mordecai, have you come to become? That's what he says. Have you come to become?
Curious as to why it is you're shooting down ships.
Because they're shooting at me. They're scared, Mordecai.
Shooting. What would they be shooting at you for? Unless you started it. Which, to be honest, you did. Back at Mask and Horns.
Yes, of course that I of course I did.
Had to explain yourself.
I don't need to explain much. I have become something greater, more powerful. And that brings fear and prejudice. The old ways have been abandoned. I was not. I was embraced by it. And now look at me, Mordecai. And he just sort of, he has this almost like a almost like a porcelain, like Adonis body, just as he just does a flex. Though of course his bloody nubs just kind of like also do a little flex, but just sort of wiggle. Though Mordecai,
Yes,
I don't
your
believe
wings
that
are
I have
clipped.
much of a conflict with you right now. But this one, and he points to the professor beside you. This one, I think I owe a drop from 100 feet up onto a very hard surface.
I wouldn't recommend it, good sir.
I wouldn't recommend that either. Seems like somebody's wings were clipped, though.
And you can see as this ghost is, this one's just sort of floating by here, and he takes the flail and hits the ghost, and as that happens, it just sort of flares up for a second, and you see that one of the bloody nubs grows out just a little bit further. It still looks like a gnarly stump of a wing.
That's why.
You're absorbing souls. But it seems like you're not finished yet.
Souls that don't belong to you.
They do after I collect them. They're not being used anyway. Or if they are, I'm freeing them. Have you seen those engines, Mordecai?
I have indeed. Shouldn't those souls be released into the afterlife?
The afterlife. Why? When they can be kept on the earth to which they were born, serve a noble and higher purpose. Mordecai, look upon me. Look at what happens if you are willing to rule those who are weaker than you. You can guide them, course them into you, through you. You can command such power. And he flings his flail up. Let's see.
Seems that everything is asking me whether or not I want to be more powerful, but you have to work at that sort of thing.
The
You can't just be given it. There's a cost.
the personal craft professor that brought you in is struck, and it begins sort of like a like a descent. Not necessarily like a crashy one, but it's like it's making a tight set of turns as it goes down about a block away, and the flail comes back. And Mordecai, I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue.
I was just saying that you and every other entity out there wants to, quote, grant power, but at what cost?
There's no cost to me, Mordecai.
There is
I
a
take
cost to
what
you.
I
Look
take,
at you.
and I use it to increase myself, my presence, my power. I owe the old ways much in that regard. I was left for dead, abandoned in a flowery grave. And they found me.
You were
They
dead.
saw me and my strength and my purpose. I leaned into it and I accepted it. And now look at me.
You are dead. You're muted, Fluff.
I said, can confirm we had a ceremony with clerics and everything.
I played at your funeral.
This is news to me.
Celine performed your burial rites.
Celine. And that voice hangs in the air, also filled with ghosts and screams and the sounds of turmoil.
Can't you hear the voices inside of you?
Where is she, Mordecai? He actually looks around. What are you planning?
Celine isn't here.
He gives a half smirk, with just kind of a half chuckle as well. Huh. Fine. If you say so. He snarkily acquiesces to your statement.
Last I heard, she shuffled off the mortal coil.
He turns and gives a bit of a hand gesture, and you see that some of these skeletons here are now, instead of just like in a daze or just sort of mindlessly shuffling in a circle, are forming with their backs pretty much to you, are forming almost like a stand guard, but they're looking outside the park at the different alleyways and things that would lead to this area. Also, hello Raiders, 1 in 20 D&D. Thank you for stopping by. Turns back to you. Mordecai, you don't have to offer the power that I can give to you or to the others. But I don't want you to stand in my way.
So you're destroying Shadowheart ships,
Yes.
killing killing
Yes?
without remorse.
Why would I feel poorly about them?
They're mortal lives. They're people.
What are mortal lives to a god, Mordecai?
You are no god.
They're tools in a belt. They're a piece of bread to consume and become a part of you, to give you the energy
Is
to
that
do
what you're
greater
doing?
things.
Are you
So
aiming
we-
to become a god?
Of course. This is the path. This is the way forward. To become. And there's another ghost here that kind of... And he almost like, as he flexes, like, the ghost is even like trying to ethereally claw out as it is drawn into him. And you see that another one of his his other wing stump is growing out a little bit more because of that. Do you see? This is the power. And think of the order that comes with it. You, Mordecai, once a vampire, know what it's like to need others. To have to rely upon them will make you a better leader than even they can hope to have, because you must look out after them. You must drink from them. You must consume them. Mordecai, this harkens back. This is the primalist of dances. As I have discovered, this is the original way. The way things used to be under the dragons and the giants. This is the way of how it was in the beginning. Powerful beings, gods, giants walking the earth and flying through the skies. We can return to becoming giants, to becoming that which we were meant to be before we were diluted.
We are not meant for that. You are keeping people from reaching paradise. As are the Shadowheart, or anything else that claims the souls.
Floating around in the Castle of Black Ice is not some sort of worthy afterlife. Becoming a part of something bigger and greater. Becoming a part of me.
Listen to yourself. Selfish. Just like every other entity that claims that they can grant power. At
I
what,
believe-
the cost of being a slave.
I believe Mercury was much like that, was she not, Mordecai?
She was.
And I can't speak for the other
So was
one,
our
but
bonds. And yet they have fallen. What good is power?
I suppose you could ask the people of Green Shield what good power is. Do you know who it was that sealed up that wretched tree? Who drew the very bones of the earth out of it and smothered that writhing, horrible mass of flesh?
that was you, wasn't it?
Suspect that with a question like that.
Call me a tyrant. I'm a beneficent one.
All tyrants say that. I don't honestly know what it is I can do to convince you to stop what it is you're doing.
You can't, Mordecai. But there's something I should point out, something very prescient. Raphael, you talk about you paying no price. The price that you're paying right now is clear to see written on your features and in your words.
Your humanity.
Your conscience.
Humanity. Weakness. Frailty. Death itself. Why would I wish for any of that? When I've become something beyond
natural.
human. In
is
fact,
the
I am
natural
more
course
human
of
than
life.
human.
You could actually hear Cypher kind of burst into laughter at that.
Death is the natural course of life.
Mordecai, I'm sure he knows that. One thing I bet he doesn't, though, is that in weakness, we are free, and to cast off that title is to be always less and never more. What is the glory of scaling the highest mountain if you could do it at a whim? What is the point in that?
Struggle is to live.
And to die is to finally be free from it. To cast off those chains early is to become something less. So much less. And because of the price you've paid, Raphael, it doesn't matter how many souls you consume. You will never be complete.
Don't lecture me about dying. I've died once before. I've been there. I've
And?
seen it, and I've come back. I'm stronger for it.
And so's this guy right here. Me?
And as a result, you have no soul, and thus you consume.
No soul? Look upon me, Mordecai. I'm brimming with 1,000 souls, and more every moment.
Yes,
And
but
yet
none
you
of them are yours.
consume. All
So-
you do is feast and feast and feast until you're gorged. But that's not enough, is it?
Bright, you're saying something?
Yeah, I hate to interrupt. I mean, we're all here in the formerly dead club, but I am a little concerned about what happens when your wings finish regrowing.
You'll see a more perfect me.
A lot of people are going to die.
I mean, I think the bloody stumps are very stylish, and there's not really any need to go any further.
There's a thoof, thoof, thoof from ahead, and the incoming whistle of several cannon shots that just bust into the ground here. You see that there is like stone shrapnel, even though the cannonballs themselves may have missed. They impacted the tiles of this park. Mordecai, this may very well have been a park that you enjoyed as a kid. You know, running and playing, you know, like swimming in the fountain, even though you're not supposed to, but everyone does it anyway. And now it's just overrun with like bloody messes, and you know, there's this just poor, like, this dead dog that just keeps like wandering back and forth in a weird jittery pace in front of you. And one of the cannonballs even strikes in the midst of all the dust and things that are sent up Raphael. And when the powder and the such drifts off, you see he's caught it in like his because he has this immaculate form. Like, it's almost like he caught it with his abs and just down like this. And there are some signs of the extreme heat from this, from this black powder charge that's shot down into him. And you do see that he has suffered some injury from all the hail of stone that just exploded around him. But he does look rather whole still. And he looks up at the professor and you, and even to and Bright, his gaze will even go towards the top of the tree. I mean, you might be ducking down in there or something, but you know.
No, still above.
And he holds the cannonball and just sort of lets it drop.
You blow up their ships and you wonder why they shoot at you, Raphael. Now, I thought you were a little bit more intelligent than that.
They're scared. That's why.
Any mortal would be. Anyone not versed in such things would be, and yet you would capitalize upon and almost even blame them. Their fear, for the fear of something that they don't understand, that they don't wish to understand, but something that you would force upon them anyway, just because you feel that is what is necessary. I will maintain this. Always less, never more, Raphael. Always less and never more.
And you know for a fact that I will not stand for any other innocents being harmed in this way.
Then it seems we are going to have to resolve this issue, Mordecai. The issue that you have with me. Though I'm more than willing to forgive your grievances, it seems that
I've
you
done nothing
carry
to you.
a rancor. I will gladly
done
add your
nothing
black
to you.
feathers to my wings.
I have done nothing to you, Raphael. What have I grieved? What grievance have I done? I buried you? I sang at your funeral? Is that really offense-worthy?
If you're going to stop me from what I'm doing, then yes. I've entertained you this long. I haven't smitten you with my flail or consumed you in my glorious light. I don't expect a thank you, so I won't turn one down. Now, flee, and let me continue my work. Or stand here and be added to those who are becoming a part of something greater, of someone greater. Me. The wings kind of are continuing to grow back a little bit as another ghost is just consumed. And if you haven't noticed, maybe you have, but in this moment of, of weighing whatever you're going to say or do next, because we are growing ever closer to a precipice of forceful resolution. There, around the park, as you have been talking, these ghosts and skeletons and zombies and such have made a circle, almost like in the days of school for your characters there. Whenever you'd have a fight on the playground and all the other kids would make a circle around. Except these are undead. They have their backs to you, as if they're looking or waiting or expecting something from outside the park.
So I wanted to move to a different tree. I
Sure.
feel like there's been enough time
Luke? Oh yeah, yeah.
for me to fly
Yep.
30 or 40 feet. Okay, so I want to cast a minor illusion. And the minor illusion has a range of 30 feet, so I want to cast it like right into Mordecai's ear. And it's going to whisper to his ear and say, "You probably can't turn Mordecai, but if you turn the ghosts, I bet he can't get any stronger."
Sure. I'm actually gonna need to look at this to see how. The turn is only within 30 feet of me.
Okay, well it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Not wrong. Not wrong.
Norlai, during this exchange, is there anything that you're saying or doing?
I would like to. I'm gonna just take the dodge action just in case. That's
Okay.
it.
Sure, you're in the air, kind of.
240 feet away, dodge action. I'll move up to 200 feet.
Bold.
Just-
Don't wanna take too many risks.
Okay. Then I'm going to circle around the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get close. I'm going to get closer to him till I'm about 30 feet, and kind of looking at the professor. Trying to convey to the professor to move closer.
All right. What
Yeah,
I
I'll
need
move
you
the
to
same
do,
way.
Mordecai, as you are approaching, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
So, even though it hasn't been used in a long time, I need you to make a wisdom save because will save is almost just a reflex at times. Okay.
Just like a reflex.
Yeah. So it would have. You can continue. It would have started here when you were about 30 feet out from him, but as you are approaching, you are. You are going to take 4 points of psychic damage, and you hear the screams of hundreds of people just like emanating from him. And, you know, all of the cries of insanity, all the pleas for help, all of the last words someone might have uttered at their moment of death. As there is this aura of everyone that has become a part of him that you are entering. As long as you are in this aura, because of the distraction, you are going to be at disadvantage.
Is the professor moving with me?
Yeah, I said I was.
Okay.
I'm gonna be moving to be parallel with him on the other side of the mountain. Whoop, I'm on ruler mode. So, other side,
Oops.
so I'm like there.
Yep. All right, I need you to make a will save as well then, please.
Yep. Wisdom.
All right, I think with a 26. So, Professor, you hear all the screams. However, you are more focused. And
An aberration stands before me.
you are only going to take 5 psychic damage as you are entering this sort of maelstrom of emotion from these souls that have been made a part of him and are just sort of invisibly just emanating off of him and through him. But you are not at disadvantage to your attacks and skills, and you only take a little bit of maddening damage.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to do when I see the professor is approaching, I am going to channel divinity and I'm going to path to the grave.
Mark another creature's life force for termination. As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet. Curse it, curse. Until the end of your next turn. Next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, there's vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends. Okay.
We might need to roll initiative here. I don't... how do we know when
yeah.
turns happen?
As we have a very firm declaration, or at least a warning sign that has gone out now, given and received, all of you can roll initiative.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, wow. The professor and Bright after you. No, after you. No, I insist. No, really, it's okay. For all of you out there, those were 2 1s resulting in 2 4s.
Given what I have in mind, considering that path of the grave is most likely going to be used up by either by Norelai or by Mordecai before we get there, given what I'm going to do, you may want to go first.
Sure, I'll go first. Why not? I probably have more decks anyway.
Nope, we are exactly the same. +3
Oh.
modifier across the board.
We both have +3. Okay. Well
Yeah,
then.
I am conceding to let you go
No,
first.
after you. No, after you.
Age
No,
before beauty.
trust me,
No.
I insist.
But I have both of those.
But not as much as the conceited professor might be willing to relinquish.
I'd be willing to go
One of
last
you
in the
cast off
initiative.
charisma, that's all I'm saying.
Can I choose to go last in the initiative?
If you want, sure. I'll let you do it this
I
time
was
if you have
kind of
something cool.
intending to, yeah. With Path to the Grave, I was intending to, if we were going to get into initiative, to go last.
Okay. Ultimately, any NPCs are always going to go last, as that I've always run them coming in at the end of whatever's going on. But if the regular
Yeah.
order between you and Raphael, you can go last.
Yeah, I want to, as far as, like, yeah, like, no initiative NPCs, like the minions and stuff, I don't care when they go.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
as
no,
far as-
it's gonna be Norelai, and then Bright, and then the Professor, and then
then
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Yeah.
So that sounds like that's what the order's gonna be.
All right, Norelai, Raphael, Bright, Professor, Mordecai, and then if there are any NPC actions or reactions or whatever, they go at the last, but set up for the next round. All right. So I mean, we're in initiative. Norelai, I don't. I mean, maybe you saw the Professor or Mordecai like react in some way, though there hasn't been anything obvious like a lightning bolt spell or an explosion of some kind. What would you like to do going first in initiative, given what's happening? And also, are you still back here, or are you?
I was 200 feet away now,
Okay.
so I'm still off the map basically.
Okay, so yeah, you're 200 feet like out and up. Okay.
I'm probably only like 50 feet up or so,
50 feet up.
but I'm out. Yeah,
Sure.
but I'm out. I'm very out.
Okay, and are you out in this general direction then? Like in case there's like a half-mile long lightning bolt, if I catch you in it, like are you in this direction or are you floating down here? Or...
I was in somewhere behind that tree. I'm up, so the tree's not blocking me, but I'm in that direction.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, so Norelai, what do?
The map is 31 squares past where the angel is, or excuse me, where Raphael is. So, I mean, you're probably only 8 or 10 squares off the map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I would know that that it's time.
Maybe not. You can still dodge.
Mordecai is basically just kind of slammed
Okay.
his staff on the ground and just pointed at Raphael.
Oh, yeah. Would there have been like a manifestation? Like did like the face of Ouija's pass over him to curse him or something? Or
Yeah, some kind of indicator that is visible. That's like
okay.
a visible manifestation of.
He's marked for
cursing.
death.
He's marked for death.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cast this then. Crown of Stars. So, typically when I'm doing magic, I have little lightning bolts floating through my horns. But now the lightning bolts kind of congeal into little circles that are orbiting around my horns now.
Okay. Oh yeah. Ball lightning.
Yes, lightning balls. And I'm going to use a distance spell
Okay.
on this and a bonus action to send it straight for Raphael.
Okay. And I need a percentile roll with that, please.
Yep. Let's do this first. Percentile.
You cast fog clouds centered on yourself. So you almost look like a little lightning storm, right? Because you have like the little ball lightning floating around. You cast your spell and you're now in a cloud that's sort of lit up by all the little floating like sparking balls of light around you.
Yep. So.
Oh, thank you to Osakachi and Obsidian for re-upping. And oh goodness, 12 months. You get some super spicy hot salsa by your name. Thank you, Obsidian.
I don't think I had the setup right. I didn't. Okay, so I will make an attack roll. 20 plus. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, a 21 does hit. One of your glowing projectiles streaks coming out of the self-made little thundercloud, streaks across the park and impacts him right in his broad chest.
He's gonna take 19 points of radiant damage.
Doubled to
He's also
38,
vulnerable.
because he's vulnerable.
Double to 38. He's vulnerable to everyone's attacks right now.
He's vulnerable to that attack. It's for the next attack, the next time you or an ally hits.
He
Is it the next time, or is it...
Yeah, it's the next time. It's the way that that's specifically worded.
Alright. Cool beans.
Doesn't
the
look like it's
radiant.
just one attack.
Oh, is there still something you guys got to figure out, or?
No, I was concurring. It's just
Okay.
one attack.
Okay. The radiance streaks out across the park, impacts him, and it does in fact because of your curse, the streak impacts where the the Lady of Death made her mark on Raphael, and he kind of oofs over. And when he comes back up, you see that there are some like sparking remnants where it hit. And he looks up from his chest over to this cloud now that's floating above the park. I am Ouija's. I am made from the same things as she. You think you can hurt me? With what I am? While he was vulnerable, he's also resistant, so he took 19 points of damage.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm better 19 than 9, so, you know.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Anything
you're
else
up,
from you,
right?
Norlai?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. And you can see that like you injured him, and so his flesh, like this kind of almost like a very pale porcelain or even like a pearlescent flesh, was damaged, and there is this internal like blue fire, almost like pouring or sparking out from underneath this veneer of skin. And it is now Raphael's turn. And
Raphael gets to do something? Because I thought he was going to go at the end of the...
huh?
No, that's like Mook NPCs.
Yeah, like I don't know, a
Oh,
unit
right,
of the
okay,
town
so does
guard
Raphael's
show
turn.
up to do something, or you know, someone runs in with a chair to the ring. It's gonna happen at the end of the
Okay.
round. Yeah, Raphael had his own initiative though.
Okay.
And you see that there is less and less of whatever this blue flame inside of him is, because this pearly flesh begins to close up around parts of the wound. Now, he is still wounded. However, he is less so now as he begins
He is
his
actively
turn.
healing himself.
And I wish it didn't have to come to this, but I promise you, Mordecai, your black feathers will add to mine and lift us both to heights we haven't yet reached. And he is going to he's gonna ball up for a second, and then even with his little wing, they're larger, but with his wing nubs, he's gonna like flex out, and there is a luminescent burst that emanates from him, and I am going to need you and the professor both to make another wisdom saving throw. Fine. Resist my effects.
Yes, you don't need them.
For a moment, both of you, as this wave passes over you, there's almost just a... Mordecai, you've experienced this before. Just that feeling of just let go, float into the afterlife. You know, just give in to this wonderful presence that happens after you lay down. But you shake it off, and this is technically a charm effect if there was any other bonuses that you had, but you almost felt this draw, like he is the light and you need to go to the light. However, both of you resist going to the light. And he is going to walk up to Mordecai and can stand back from you and still be able to hit you. Is going to take this flail with this this blue flame Ouija's skull, and is going to try and strike you down. 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay. You duck out of the way as the flail crushes down into the flagstones of the plaza.
Deflect it with my shield.
Or if it was a fighting game, this is always the ultimate defense that blocks Wolverine's adamantine claws, Cyclops' eye lasers, and all manner of stuff. All you gotta do is this. This is the ultimate block. Okay. It is now Bright's turn.
Ooh, that's my favorite turn. Okay. So I am gonna cast a Mind Spike. That's new, and it's kind of broken, so I apologize for casting it, but I'm gonna cast a Mind Spike.
Okay.
This is gonna be at level 6.
I love Mind Spike. It's such a cool spell.
Creature in mind of another creature
Yeah.
you see must make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Psychic damage. You know the target's location. Well, you have knowledge it can't become hidden from you. If it's invisible, gains no benefit. Okay. I do have advantage on this roll.
Yeah,
And-
but you're not gonna make that roll, you're gonna roll an 8.
No!
Yes, and this audience is why I love divination wizards. It gives you 2, and when you get to higher levels, 3 times a day, when you look at the DM and go, no, it goes like this.
No, it's
And
just,
let's
it's
just
reality
back off this
parkour
roll.
again. Just looking to the left of his head, to the right of his head, and then right there's your brain. Pew!
All right. So Bright has peered into alternate realities and has chosen the one that suits her the most, and that is this spell manifesting. So circumnavigating the powers of this form of Raphael, whatever he is, you implant the spell directly into his mind. And he is going to 3d8 psychic.
78 psychic.
Yeah.
Or
it's
I'm sorry, because it was
Upcast.
upcast. Yeah. So he failed, and you know the target's location. Okay. All right. Well, if he performs any sort of invisible or otherworldly shenaniganery, you got him. You got him pinned.
Yep.
Dialed
Like
in.
recalled shenanigans. Yeah, that's not the part that makes it broken. The part that makes it broken is that it's a divination school.
Yeah, but it's divination spell, and so Bright just regains
Yeah,
slots.
I get to recharge. I get to cast it for free, but it's basically like a cantrip.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the evil part.
Yep.
The broken part.
What's the damage then that I take?
So it's 3d8
70.
plus 4 extra for higher level.
It's
So-
78.
So 78. I guess I'll roll it.
Okay.
38 damage.
38. All right. So we are at. He was taken 46 total so far. Okay. It's noted. And he looks at you, Bright, and just it appears genuinely baffled. Like how dare you defy a god? And
Yeah, I get that a lot. I mean, I'm always defying someone or other.
Professor, what are you doing?
I have a little bit of a dramatic thing to do right now, so
Professor,
Across-
because he moved, you're no longer in that whirlwind of screaming souls, so you're not at disadvantage.
I wasn't at disadvantage anyway,
Oh.
because I saved. Mordecai.
Oh,
was.
yeah, I'm sorry, that was
I-
Mordecai. No, Mordecai, you are still under the effects.
But no, I have a. Is it there? Just need to make sure that this doesn't hit Mordecai. No, one more. There. What happens is in the park at least to the sounds of everyone, the background din of the screaming and the ships getting shot down and the turmoil and the spells firing in the background, everything goes dead silent. And Mordecai, you can see Cypher looking at Raphael, and his eyes are glowing that deep eldritch purple. For playing God, I consign you to the void. And that voice echoes across the park, and as the sound returns, a massive black orb spikes into existence centered on this location, and its radius is 40 feet. So it's just missing Mordecai. So the edge of this orb would sprout in front of you.
Mordecai, some of your strands of hair are kind of like...
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? I'm casting Darkstar.
All right.
So it won't do anything right now, but for Raphael. But while he's in it, it is filled with magical darkness and crushing gravitational force. The spell's area is difficult terrain. A creature with dark vision cannot see through it, and non-magical light can't illuminate it. No sound can be created within or pass through the area. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible. Any creature that enters the spell's area for the first time at a turn or starts its turn there is going to be making a Constitution saving throw or taking 8d10 force damage.
All right.
Or half on a successful save.
Is that just a spell effect area where it's like?
Can you put a
If I
black
go
circle
in
down
that
where that
bubble?
is?
I can put a circle down, yes. Give me a moment. I just need to make a 40-foot radius circle.
Well, we're usually using square circles, so just draw it.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah,
with
that's
the
right,
tool.
square circle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
On a 40-foot radius or 40
Yeah.
foot across?
it would be 40. It would be 40-foot radius.
So it'd be 80 total.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
80-foot cube.
So 80 feet is 4. I can't even remember. 15. 15 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There. Now I do need to very quickly move this shape because it is not in the place where it needs to be.
I
Let
don't
me
know.
move
I
this-
kind of like where it's at right now. I'm willing to take that hit.
No.
F that.
It is actually like when I can. There we go.
The
Yeah, you have
professor
to kinda click
continues
on
to
the
be the
line
third
itself.
imposter the whole time.
There.
Natty's the actual imposter.
And you would see that, because I imagine that this would make sense given what's going on and what the spell does. You see this tree, half of it is just sheared off and immediately turned into dust.
Yep. The shambling figures that were just sort of standing there, just maybe wobbling and looking out into the city streets and alleyways beyond the park. I'm not even gonna roll for them. I mean, they're not an average zombie, but they're not gonna be able to put up with what's going on here. But these two zombies and this skeleton here just almost like spaghettify as they are drawn to the center of your dark star. And
Yeah, spells that create literal black holes are hyper-destructive. Mordecai, you see the edge of this massive star just spring up right in front of you,
And
but it's
little
not
bits of
affecting you at all.
hair- Little
I
bits of
wonder-
hair have dusted away.
I wonder if the city has the paving budget to repair the sidewalk after that.
Add it to the tab.
We do.
He just
No,
needs
we don't.
mending. I have mending. That'll help.
Norlai out there for a week straight, just like.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine after she's just there shaking. She hasn't slept in 3 days, and she's just like, "Fix the pavement, fix the pavement, fix the pavement." Bending.
But
Does,
yep, these living organisms here, these trees are pulled apart, and it is
Raphael
unless there's
has to
anything
save,
else,
doesn't he?
Professor. It is now Mordecai's turn.
Doesn't Raphael have to make a save?
No. First time when he starts his turn or enters for a first time on a turn. Also,
Okay.
yes, actually, he does need to make a save.
Yeah, unless there's any shenanigans, I get advantage on this.
It's DC 21 Constitution. Go ahead.
Okay.
I can't see him, so I can't make him fail.
Okay.
Even my reality bending doesn't extend into there.
I can see through it, but nobody else can. Because it's magical darkness, and I can see through magical darkness thanks to Devil's
So,
Sight.
Bright, you got to hack the
Whoa.
professor real quick so you can see through his eyes, and then you can kind of cheese the system. And
Yeah,
At
it's
least
not
you
worth
may
it.
have I mean, you may have a way to do that.
woohoo!
I probably can do that, yeah. But I don't need to.
I'm guessing he has more than a +2.
Yes, he does.
Yep. Damn.
We are adding a +4 to this, so he made a 23.
23. Okay, cool. Good to know. That means if he rolls a 17, under a
17 or lower.
17, yeah, 17. If he rolls under a 17, 16 or lower, because 17 means he'll pass because he'll meet it. But if he rolls a 16 or lower, he fails. I would just like to note to you that that's very low damage because it's 8d10.
Mordecai, a couple of your wisps of hair are being drawn into this dark star. You're standing before the void. Oh, Mordecai, in a almost a poetic sense, this is almost like what happened on that bridge, right? You got that stone bridge, you got the sound of rushing water, going on beside you, and then there's just a monster inside of a very dark place.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
Posted a link that I think is fitting.
Did the black hole suck all the water out of the fountain?
It obliterated almost a quarter of the fountain. Like what's that? Like a fifth or a sixth of the fountain. So the rest of the water is most likely pouring out and into the uncaring void.
Yes. Well, while good old what's his face? While
Good old what's his face?
is in the void, I am going to take this time to cast on myself protection from good and evil.
Yeah, that's why I did what I did, because we need prep time.
Yep. So I am going to do that. That one. And let's see. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Do I have a bonus action? I don't think I do. But that's my action, and I'm going to stay exactly where I am. about to be unholy water.
Okay.
Oh.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Actually, I think I am gonna move,
Okay.
and I'm gonna move back this way.
Okay. Then we're gonna go to NPCs, and what's going to happen is they are going to. I'm just going to move them a little bit randomly in. They turn, not necessarily in the way that you hope they might turn as undead, but they begin turning and walking or shuffling back towards the middle of the park, presumably abandoning whatever instruction they were given to just sort of stand there and watch. Although they are kind of clustered up over here because of the dark star effect. That was gonna
Yes, they don't feel like getting obliterated today, and I can understand that.
And
They're going to pause so they can be obliterated in a slightly different way, slightly later.
okay. Whoops. Let's get that dog over there, and the ghost can fly over. Oh, zombie, get over there. All right. There we go. They start turning and shuffling in towards the center of the park. And now we go back up to Norlai, who is in the middle of a fog cloud and sort of sparking and glowing.
So I'm just gonna throw another star at it. I'm gonna throw a star into the dark star void.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say you won't be able to see him, so it would be at disadvantage, but you can throw a star in there.
Yeah. So, 2D. Is it KL for keep lowest?
KL1 plus your modifier.
14? That was a 20!
Oh, boo. Unfortunately, a 14
Sorry.
will not hit. So the dark star
Darn.
consumes your bright or your silver star.
You see,
Darn.
I'm just trying to keep him trapped as long as possible, because if he gets out and starts hitting us, our hit points are going to go from here to here very quickly.
This is why I'm keeping some of my higher level spell slots in my back pocket.
Yeah.
I only had
Well, that was
this one left.
Anything else, Norlai?
Yeah, that was a bonus action, actually. So I still have an action.
You can just shoot a lightning bolt in that direction if you've got the length.
I can?
Isn't
And
lightning
because-
bolt a concentration spell?
No,
No.
No. it's
you're
just-
thinking
yeah,
call
okay.
lightning.
Oh,
You're thinking
That's
call
what-
yeah,
lightning.
call lightning is. I'm going to use a... Yeah, I'm going to use lightning bolt from my Wand of the Magi.
Okay.
Yeah, start with a magi. Hell yeah.
Hold on, I gotta double check what level that is.
I think it's like 7th level. It's high.
Yep, seventh level.
And Raphael is going to be making a dexterity save. Although I think the DC is 17 because you're casting it from the start. It doesn't use your DC.
Unless the staff says to use your DC.
Most magical items like that don't. For ones that cast spells.
All right. So you
Got a
point your
+2
wand
to
at the
attack
darkness,
roll.
and given his size, last known position, and whatnot, you fire it off.
Real quick.
Hmm.
You get a +2 to spell attack rolls. Does a 16 hit him at all or no?
Oh yeah, +2 to spell attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to my stuff. It does not say the DC, so I assume it
One
uses
moment.
9.
One
Oh wait, down here. No, the DC 17 is for the.
Yeah. So, oh wait, no, using your spell save DC. So yep. No, it
Yeah,
is. It is.
the 17 is for if I explode the staff.
That's right.
Okay, so what's
Yeah,
the number I'm
so-
looking for?
DC 16, and
Okay.
I would imagine you'd be making this roll flat considering he can't see it coming.
He can't.
Which
However,
it would make it flat.
however, it's an innate part of him. It's not him seeing it coming and dodging out of the way. He has an innate magic resistance. So even if it strikes him,
Okay,
it may
yeah.
not strike him because it's a part of who he is. That's a dex save. That is a 16 for my highest.
Noralai, why is your spell save DC that low?
It just is.
What's your charisma?
What's your charisma?
3 +3.
Yeah, that's. Yeah,
11
that
plus
makes
5.
it DC 16. Yeah, 11 plus 5. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 11
Yeah,
plus
but
5.
don't you also have a staff? Doesn't that give you +2?
Only the spell attack rolls, not the spell save DC.
Oh, okay.
Double checking.
I'm actually
Yeah.
very.
That's only 2
was-
my attack rolls.
That's curious that your your charisma is that low.
I mean,
ASI
I
doesn't-
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't taken any ASIs. I've taken
It's all feats.
Taking feats. Yeah,
That's
that's valid.
All right, so he's gonna take.
Half, which would be 23 and 22 is 45, 44, 22.
Okay. 47 plus 22 is 69.
Nice.
Nice. All right. This is a serious game, everyone out there in the audience. No laughing. This is sex ed in school. You're not allowed to laugh or snicker. All right. So now it's yeah, I'm doing it. Now it's my turn. All right. I am beginning my turn. So 2 things are gonna happen. One, he's gonna go to 59.
Yeah, because he's going to knit up some HP, and then
And
he's going to make a DC 21 Constitution save. Wow, those rolls are low.
All right, and I'm adding 4 to 16, so that's 20.
He's going to fail and take it all. He's DC 21.
Okay.
So
is
he's
force
taken 22
damage,
points
okay.
of force damage. As the swirling darkness and crushing gravitational
61.
force tears at him.
81 points total now. Okay. All right.
I
now
will
let's-
I will
oh,
say currently it's difficult terrain. He's blind because he can't see through the magical darkness. He's deafened because of the spell effect, and yeah, that's it. Oh, and he can't cast any spell that requires a verbal component because sound cannot originate from anywhere inside the area. So think of it like super damage and silence and darkness all at the same time.
all
And that's why
right.
it's an 8th level spell.
So that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet.
And his wing's still in it.
Yep, he
He's
is
still trying to climb.
he
He's
is
still trying to clamber out.
So he's fighting against it, but he only gets 20 feet off of his 40, and he looks around. Do I want to get out of this, or do I want him to... Yeah, I'm going to... He sees that there's some undead close, and of course there's a Mordecai. So what he's going to do is... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25... Whoops. He shakes the whole earth. Oh, I just want to select the thing.
I know, it's
Select the
very...
line. Like,
Yeah,
get the... Put your
Yeah, you-
mouse over the line and then just get
Mouse.
the little move tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
sometimes
have-
it's hard to select the lines. It's a little awkward.
There we go.
Oof.
And... I just can't get that skeleton. Okay. So what's going to happen is... you see Raphael, like, emerging as this, like... As the dark gravity is kind of pulling him back, is tugging on his wings. And he takes his flail and points it at an area, and just a larger, kind of a larger version of what Norlai shot into the darkness comes back out, and with this radiant strike, just the whole place fills with radiant energy, which looks like sparkly blue Ouija's fire.
Is he casting a spell?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, just getting like, that'd be important because we have a wizard who has counter spell.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a spell. I thought it was like an angel ability.
Yeah, this is like an intrinsic. He doesn't need to make hand motions or to say any words. He takes his flail and fills the area with radiant doodads and whatnots. So I need, I guess I need the owls, Mordecai, and Bright to make Constitution saving throws.
Advantage
Is that
against-
for half damage?
I
Yes.
have
No,
advantage
actually-
because he counts as either
Owls
undead or
actually have a
celestial
decent
currently,
amount.
right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
you would have advantage.
How many owls are currently in it? 'Cause
Well,
there should be a total of 8 owls.
don't look at that. I was actually trying to open the information for the spell.
Oh,
and it didn't
Mordecai.
want to open for me.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know,
Mordecai,
I'm not-
that's advantage. Never mind. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I'm
Mordecai.
not keeping
advantage.
track of the owls. I know I have my one owl here, but I don't know what this owl is or.
This one was Mordecai's
This
owl.
one was more than- yeah,
Oh, okay.
Mordecai.
Okay.
Okay.
I should have an owl, and there should be like 5 more owls.
Okay, were they
I haven't
following
been
you
ordering
then?
them to do
Because
it.
they weren't mounted.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say they're by me, because I haven't told them to do anything.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about them on screen yet. Okay, so there's 2 owls there. +1.
All right, so Mordecai, you do save.
Yes, I do.
And can I get Bright?
Okay.
Both of my owls rolled 15, or rolled 16.
So I should have +2 to this because of my staff, and I'm not sure if I've yeah, I have +2 on top of what the calculation is.
Ooh.
Not that I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, now that you're gonna need it, yeah.
Okay.
So, that's my save.
Okay. The owls fail, and the PCs pass. And this is going
Alright,
to
the owls
be...
poof.
What's that?
The owls poof. Well, how much damage was it?
Let's find out. 42 radiant damage.
Yeah, they poof. They poof.
Which is half to 21 for me.
Oh, they would have poofed even on a save.
It's half to 21, half to 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because no one knows
so
what
I'm
they
gonna
are.
fall into the tree. See, this is why I flew over trees. What happens? I mean, it's kind of up to Maddie at this point.
Wait, what happens to you?
Yeah, because I'm gonna fall into the tree. And
Oh, gotcha. I guess, I don't know, there's branches and stuff, so, we'll just say, 4 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage, with maybe a scrape on your cheek from a branch.
Okay, I can take
I
a
saved
scrape.
on maintaining my spell.
So am I in the tree or do I fall to the ground?
You are in the treetop.
Okay.
Unless you want to take more bludgeoning, in which case I'll put you on the ground.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm good here.
Alright. Whoops. Alright.
I saved to maintain my spell, so that's what I was really calling for.
Okay. The effect goes away. It's not lingering, but I don't want to waste a bunch of time trying to play around with this line. So that space is open again. At least for now. We'll see if he does this again. But there's a bright flash. Mordecai, you seem to be resistant here, and is this a clue as to who and what you are? Are you truly a monster like Raphael? Anyway, he moved, he used an action, he got in some banter, and now it's going to go to Bright's turn.
Professor, how long does your black hole last?
Up to a minute.
Oh, I'm
It is
sorry, hang on.
concentration.
1, 2, 3, 4 undead pop.
This one down here too?
Oh, 5, yep. Thank you for the honesty. Like before, you see that he can like eat undead as well. I mean, he's kind of been doing that anyway, but they pop and you can't see his wings, but he does seem to well, like at least from the front, some of his wounds, like that chest wound that Norlai gave him, begin closing up as the essence of these obliterated undead flow into him.
Okay. So...
If you can
Now
push
it's
it
my
back
turn.
into it, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna cast a Big B Smushing Hand,
Okay.
and I'm going to use the Forceful Hand feature, which is about in the middle, because I know it's a long spell
Oh, yeah.
description. So the hand attempts to push a creature in a direction you choose.
Okay.
Make a check with the hand strength contested by the athletics check of the target. And if the target is medium or smaller, which he's not, you have advantage.
Okay.
If you succeed, the hand pushes the target 5 feet plus a number of feet equal to 5 times your spellcasting modifier. So that would be a total of 30 feet. So,
All right.
I'm gonna, and he's not gonna get to roll this. 'Cause he's gonna roll a 1.
I'll bargain with you. He's not proficient in athletics, so I mean, oh my goodness.
So he's gonna crit fail this, and so Big B Smushing Hand is gonna appear obviously right here, and
Yep.
it's gonna push him back into the black hole. 30 feet.
He's like reaching out. He smites down with this holy energy, and just like this cruel hand, like just pushing someone below the water. As you just
So-
see it, like
slowly.
indignantly press on his face or boop his nose, and kind of.
Yeah. So I always imagine like Big B Smushing Hand when Bright casts it, looking kind of like the hamburger helper hand.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5,
Yeah.
6,
Just like
7,
Yeah, so six moves left. So I think he actually moved one too many. I'm not sure because it's
Oh,
it's only
okay.
30 feet.
Okay, yep,
so.
there we go. So he was pushed back to where a tree was before it splintered and was sucked into the void.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna wave.
Not that he can see it, but
Well, I mean, I would wave while the hand is doing it, because I have to make the motion. So I'm pushing with one hand, then I'm waving with the other.
Wow.
And then the big smushing hand just kind of waves at him.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
my
it's
turn.
in there with him now.
Uh,
The smushing hand, it's in there with him.
although,
no,
does
'cause,
that need
part of him
to?
was protruding.
Does the hand need to save, or because it's a magical effect, it's not?
Yeah, it's a magical effect. So
Okay.
this
It has no
technically
HP.
only it affects creatures. No, the hand has HP. But so if we want to rule that it takes damage from being in the void, I'm okay with that, because it has 92, I think, hit points. Yeah, it has 92. So I'm
Okay.
fine. If it takes some damage.
It is
doesn't have
affectable.
Definitely worth it.
It
Okay.
does no, actually, it does not have a Constitution score. The ruling on those is that if a magical effect does not have a score that would force it to make a save, then it doesn't.
Okay. So that's
Not
fine.
affected.
I mean, according to the spell description, it only affects creatures anyway. So it's not definitely not a creature.
Yeah,
a
it's not a
magical
creature.
construct. So okay,
All
that's all.
right.
That's my turn.
All right, for those of you out in the audience, I'm glad you got a laugh out of that, even though I'm just going, what just happened to my monster? Go
Or to
back.
get back into a black hole, to the void with you.
Go back and see what she did to a circus tent of mine as well. And
Actually,
you'll understand why this is a game of 4D chess with Bright.
It was a
anytime
really
I have a
funny
boss
joke.
combat.
actually,
Tent laughed like a mother.
I just thought of the perfect line for that. In a particular villain's voice, all I hear is the hand going, leaving.
Professor, you're up. You just saw this hand manifest and push Raphael back into the void.
Yes, I did, because I can actually see in the void. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and move up here, which is 30 feet, as a bonus action because I can see him. Hexblade's Curse. So, and this will be going hand in hand with what my action's going to be,
Okay.
because Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action. So first, Raphael's kind of in the darkness. There's no, it's howling. There's no other noise. It's crushing. It's tearing at his very being. But then he sees these purple lines begin to form over the dome of the sphere. He's gonna see a little image of Cypher pop up inside, and Cypher glowing with energy. Now, this might be a little bit out there, but has anybody here played Kingdom Hearts 2 or 3? Either
Yes.
either one. So you know
Yeah.
Xemnas' laser dome of death. That's exactly what's happening to Raphael right now via means of Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And because I can see him,
I'm gonna just point to the KH to my name there.
yeah. I just thought that I'd ask, but no, there's going to be 3 attacks, and they're not at disadvantage because I can actually see. I can see him. Does the 17 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Or like rather, I could
That's
describe
definitely-
it does, but it seems to almost like splash off of his like whatever this almost like porcelain exterior.
He's good. He's got a good guard game. It's fine. He's got a good guard game. But
That 29 does sneak in there though.
Yeah, and he's going to be taking 16 points of force damage because of the fact that the curse adds my proficiency mod to damage. Should be glad that that wasn't. I didn't roll a 19 naturally on the die, or otherwise that would have been a crit. Because I get to do that too whilst he's under Hexblade's curse. So yeah, there you go.
All right, you send some pew pews into the dark void.
Yeah, his guard game's on point. He blocks most of them.
That means it is Mordecai's turn.
I can't see him, however.
Yes.
Drop another effect on top.
I could do that. I have one. I have one of those.
Yeah, you do. You do have an effect like that. So I'm just. Why worry about positioning and everything like that where you could just affect a wide enough area that he can't dodge?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And because he's inside the gravity sphere, it's difficult terrain. This is like an instant kill from an anime fighter.
So I'm gonna be casting Firestorm,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do it at 8th level because that's the spell slot that I have.
And 10 by 10 foot cube, so basically he could just fill the entire.
I'm gonna fill the entire void. Doesn't matter where he is in the void. I'm filling the void.
All right. So, like, fire like rains down from the sky and disappears inside of this.
And he must make a dexterity saving throw against DC 21.
This is +4. Oh, that was an 18. You all saw it.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. 37 points of fire damage.
Oh, gross.
37 points of fire damage. Take it. Just.
Yeah, well, he's not a tiefling anymore, so he's taking 37 points of fire damage. So that's going to be 54, 84.
And it's as if, like, holy fire is just raining.
Is it the blue fire?
It's
Just
very blue.
Mordecai throwing that fire. Ah, that could have been a 22, but it wasn't.
So I'm pretty sure Big B
I
Smashing
blame
Hand is
Bright.
gonna have to take this damage.
I clearly
Yeah,
blame
Big
Bright.
Big
That was an
Hand
18,
does
and
need to
she
take
went,
that damage.
and it wasn't anymore.
So it's also taken 37.
Okay,
Has a
so it's down
dexterity
to
score?
55 hit points.
Yeah, it does. It does have a dex score. Unfortunately, it can be affected by strength and dexterity effects, but it's fine. Big Beast is okay. It's still got beef.
All
Which
right.
can be a helper.
Yeah,
Bright smushing hand.
it's a good spell. I'm really getting a lot of use out of it.
It is.
quite good.
Big Beast's hand is a really fun spell. If you're playing a class that can learn it, it's just got so much utility, especially if you're small, because then you can just jump in on it and fly around on it like a mount. Who doesn't want to be a gnome flying around on a hand, striking lightning bolts and fireballs everywhere?
Means Scanlan from Critical Role.
Yeah, except he was a halfling.
No, he was.
No, he was a gnome.
Oh, that's right, he was a gnome. I don't even remember a Critical Role that well, so that's my bad. Yeah, no, he was a gnome. That's right, because he had a thing for Pike, and Pike was just like, no.
Tears of a clown. For Scanlan.
Tears of a clown. Yeah.
Go there. Comes close. This undead dog just sort of like is sitting on the rim of the fountain and doesn't move. The other things are in, and you do see that just appearing are more undead that are very slowly making their way from the periphery of the park. Some zombles. Let's put some skeletons, and I will even throw in a ghost. Let's put a ghost here, and every ghost needs a friend, and we'll put a ghost down here in the flowers. And there is... there is another zombie, question mark, that is making its way into the park. Kind of staggering and just sort of like drawn in by Raphael's presence as he seems to attract the undead. Okay, so those are my duders, my NPCs, and now let's go back up to Noralai.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and poof my owls
Mm-hmm.
because I can fly without them, and I'm going to cast. Oh. Yeah, level 4. Electric fence.
Oh, I don't know what
Hi. It's a wall of fire, but electric.
Oh, okay. And you could also shoot another a mote at him too if you'd like.
Yep.
'Cause that's a bonus.
Ooh, I am going to put it.
Oh. Oh.
Hold
Yeah, he's gonna try and fly out of that end, and then he's just gonna walk straight to a wall of.
That's... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna put it. No, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Everyone out in the audience, is this... yeah, this is a big bad guy boss fight, but is this technically evil, what they're doing? Does this make them evil characters? Come on, be honest with me.
Electric fence.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
No, it does not, because he's the evil one.
Yeah.
He's the one
Not,
killing people.
not in my perspective.
He's the one killing people.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've also killed a lot of people. Remember how Celine, like, just kind of carpet bombed
there's
an Aslandian based with acid? That was the thing that happened.
It wasn't
Me.
That's all you.
Yep.
Pointing
Every
at you,
last
Lito.
little bit of that.
And yeah, I'll shoot him out. Quick question. Because I think I had to use I have to use a sorcerer spell to put the fence there. Do I need, or am I allowed to use another sorcery point on a different spell? 'Cause
Yes.
it's reactivating
Yeah.
the spell.
Yes, it's one
Okay.
it's 1 point. It's 1 effect, meta magic effect per spell that you cast.
Okay.
Although I, for your electric fence, I do need a wild magic surge, though.
Oh, yep.
Go to my player's handbook. 43.
43.
For the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Well, I'm already using my bonus action.
Okay. Well, maybe we can say that, like, even more of your body crackles with, like, lightning energy, as you could sort of, like, turn into, like, a little lightning bolt and, like, hop to different locations. But are you still in
Okay.
place? So actually, you're still in this big fog cloud effect too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just. No one's hitting me. I'm far away.
You're
I'm
lightly obscured.
Slightly. I have to do another attack roll, which is actually going to be +10.
Yep, 2d20 KO 1 plus 10.
As a. Oh wait, is this?
You have
advantage, isn't it?
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Darn it.
You're
Does
still
a
hitting him.
25 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then it's no, it's 4d12.
4d12.
Yeah, double checking. Radiant damage.
Which would be 15 because he's got resistance.
Yeah.
All right. He is
But it's
taking
fine.
99.
That's
Is it-
fine.
He's in what we call the void box, as in he's going to get disintegrated.
Well, now wait. Did you roll those at disadvantage because you can't see him?
Yes, that was a
did.
disadvantage. It was a 19 and a
Okay.
15.
Okay.
And she's got a +10, so...
Oh,
yeah, no,
okay,
they'll need
they're
square
rolled
between
separately.
the eyes.
Got it. Okay, I thought it might have been 2
Yeah.
attacks. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
You got those in there. Whew. It's my turn.
Yep,
I
he's
see.
gonna heal some points, and then he needs to make his Constitution save immediately.
Yeah. As a note, this side of the fence does not hurt you, but within 10 feet of this side hurts you.
This is +4. Hey, there's a 21.
So he's taking 14 points of damage. It's still halved.
That is one.
If you succeed, he takes halved.
Yeah. 3. Okay.
Where's he going?
He's gonna. He can't. So he can't hear all the like jangle bones and the
can't-
cries of the
Nope.
undead coming from down here.
Nope.
So
Nope,
he is
can't
going
hear,
to.
he can't see.
He's gonna come back out because you all have really you've made him upset. So
He's difficult
10,
terrain.
20, 30. He and then so his like he's pulling out, and he goes to he's almost like punching out of the darkness, and what happens is he encounters your electric fence.
It's 30 points of lightning.
30.
Yep,
Is there a
it's just if he
save or is it
touches-
just a straight up?
Let me double check because
It's
I had it
probably
set
a
as
con save. If it's the same as Wall of Fire, it's a con save.
Yeah, it'd be con save.
+4. 17. So
That will
that
save
beats.
against.
Okay.
He does take half though, I believe.
like half.
So he's taking another 15 points of lightning damage.
And then he doesn't want
Oh,
to be in this.
I lied. It's actually a dex save. That doesn't make sense to me, but it is. It's dex.
Dex is still +4,
Yeah.
so we can.
Yep, so
Okay.
same diff then.
Uh,
What are the rules?
Because
of
originally you're
10,
dodging fire, and now you're
20,
dodging lightning.
30. And he just fully emerges. He has to use all of his turn, but he fully emerges out of the darkness and through the electric fence. And so like Mordecai, like just you're seeing his eyes just flare with this light blue holy/unholy question mark fire, and you see his body has been like ravaged and pulled at as well, and he's
pulls back
looking
and shoves him straight back in.
beat up, and he doesn't get to swing on you, but he like as he emerges, like he makes that one final punch, and like his fist holding this flail is like right above you for I don't know, we'll see what happens next, but that was all of his turn.
Right.
He although he does come back out of here. This is 5, 10, 15, 20. I think I forgot about this before, but I do need Bright and Mordecai to make that wisdom saving throw as you hear the screams of the dead as he is trudging forward.
Is that a magic effect?
It is a magic effect, yes.
Okay, so I
And
have
unprotected
advantage on
versus
that.
good and evil, so
And I have-
advantage.
I have +2 that is not reflected in my
Okay.
calculations here.
Oh, there's a green number and a red number. But
Yeah, but I have
you know,
advantage.
But you have
so-
advantage, so because you're a
25.
gnome.
25 and a 27.
Okay.
Which means
You
you're
are
gonna
not
take
at
half.
disadvantage, and you only take 4 points of psychic damage as you hear the screams of the dead that he's absorbed as they swirl around him. Yeah, actually, that would be because it's psychic damage, but it is sound based. Yeah, you wouldn't have heard that when he was in there. So yeah, we don't need to change anything for the professor because he was actually dampened by his own spell effect. Okay.
You know where he should go? And Brian, I know you can make this happen thanks to the hand. You know where he should go?
It is Bright's
Yeah,
turn.
I'm just waiting for my turn. Okay, so, I mean, I can do this all day. I'm gonna move the hand to here and shove him again.
Through the wall, through into the void.
Yeah, through the wall and back into the void. He's not
Well, he
taking
won't
damage
take.
from the wall this
He
time,
won't take damage from the wall because you don't take damage from hazards when it's involuntary movement. But at least he gets to roll dice this time.
Yeah, he gets to
I
roll the
do?
d-
Alright, I was gonna ask. You have me trained, Bright. You've trained your dungeon
No.
master to ask, am I allowed to roll dice?
condition. Condition if he's allowed to roll dice. I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm all out of divination cheese.
Okay, so this is a magical effect. I do get advantage, but I am not proficient
Oh,
at
no.
athletics, but I am very
No.
strong.
I don't think you get
No.
advantage from this because it's not
It's
a.
not
save.
it's not a save against the spell or a magical effect. It's a physical push.
Yeah, it's a physical
This is
push.
it's a magical construct doing the pushing, but it is just a physical push.
Oh.
There is
Mundane push. Yep.
mundane push. Yeah.
All right, let me delete this too. Hang on. All right. I still get a +6. Nah.
Yeah. Okay. So the hand has
All right.
plus
well, so
8.
yeah, you push me back.
So-
And for the audience out there, if you like, oh, really? It scrolls with the map. All right, I rolled a 7. +6 is 13. That
I
is-
rolled 11 plus 8 is 19.
Yeah. All right, back 30 feet. One,
Oh, and
three,
yeah, he's making a save immediately.
5, 6 as he is re-entering
Yeah.
that zone. Oh,
He will take damage at the beginning of his turn though.
Yeah, from the wall, he'll take damage at the beginning
from
of his turn.
nope.
Yep.
A 15 is not enough to resist.
Cool, you're taking 23 points of damage.
Well, and that's not the end of my turn. I have
Nope.
other stuff I
Okay.
can do. Since I guess I don't. Oh, I don't have the.
You do know where he is at all times.
No, because I had to give that up because
Oh,
it's
you had to give that
concentration,
up
and so
because
it's the
it's
smushing
concentration.
hand. And I don't want to
Yay.
lose the smushing hand. But I can go ahead and cast a firebolt in after him. I have disadvantage, so I
Is it
have a
17 hit?
17 instead of a 19.
Your magical fire it hits his porcelain flesh and kind of diffuses.
Okay, so he's immune. Okay, that's fine.
No, that you missed, but I like trying to be dramatic.
Oh, okay, that's also fine. Alright, I missed, but that's okay. I had
I
fun.
wish I was immune
Okay.
from those cubes dropped on me. Don't get me wrong, but no, it was a miss.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to weave one thing in here as well. So he'll end up back here. Nothing about that has changed. Like you get the hand back out and you start pushing him. You start pushing him back, and so where we left him, like he was just about ready to smite Mordecai, and your hand comes. Your hand has the zoomies and comes out and starts pushing him back. He swings, not mechanically. This is for narrative purposes. He swings down where Mordecai was, causing even more destruction to public property. And you Bright, before he is like consumed completely by this void, you sneak a you try and sneak a firebolt in, and it hits him like on his like perfectly formed like the chiseled features, butt, chin, and everything, but it just sort of splashes off his opalescent skin, and as you see that swing, he looks and he says, "I knew it." And you see that he is pushed. Well, you don't see what happens afterwards, but he's pushed into the darkness.
Okay, I would
I
like to
do.
climb down from the tree now.
Okay.
And does that consume all my movement, or how does that interact?
I guess that depends. Do you want to be careful about it, or do you just want to jump?
I mean, I don't want to take falling damage. I want to climb as efficiently as I can without hurting myself.
Okay.
I believe climbing is treated as difficult terrain.
So
Where it's
yeah,
each feet costs 2 feet of movement.
you have 25. I'll say if you want to be careful, I'll give it to you for free, but it will use all your movement to get to the base of the tree.
All right, that's good enough.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Fortunately, the trees in this park are good for climbing. That's why all the kids like young Mordecai like coming out here to
Even Corinna probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is the professor.
I have to
And
see if
he's
there's
just
any initials carved into the trees.
he's just re-entered the orb. And as he turns around, looking around again, he sees the wall of lasers of hyperdeath. He's gonna be taking 3 more Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Pew pew pew. Hit.
26,
Hit.
20,
Pew.
Hit.
23,
Oh, you guys are killing me. Come on.
10. Yes,
No,
that's
that's
exactly
fine.
the point. 11, 24, 37, 42, 47, 52 points of damage.
All right.
Because he's still Hexblade's cursed.
I need y'all to stop that real soon, please.
No.
No. No.
I said that I would consign him to the void, and I meant it.
I said there was going to be shenanigans, and there is.
Yeah. Yeah, Big
And
said
and Mordecai, a cleric of death,
of the grave.
grave, but of the death god.
Tomato, tomato.
The cleric of death is somewhere else.
Yes, she's already in paradise.
Yes.
Mordecai, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Well, I can't see the fucker again.
That's our one.
That's L1, but I think that's a fair place to use the one.
Everything that I can do requires me to be able to see him.
Do you have Dawn prepared?
I do, but I don't have any 5th level spell slots anymore.
Do you have a 6th level spell slot to cast it with?
Yeah, but I wasn't wanting to use my 6th level spell slot. I wanted...
Do you have Blade Barrier?
No, not today. I wanted to make an attack roll and dispel him completely. But dispel good and evil requires touch, which means I have to go in the void.
Yeah, you will be doing the thing. Wait, hold on a second. Give me just a moment. I want to measure something real quick.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't go in the void. That's where we put the bad people.
Yeah, that's where we
Yeah.
put the bad people.
And I'm a good guy.
Bad people
Yeah.
go into the electric
however,
void.
And
However,
he's
if you
resistant to
walk up-
radiant damage anyway.
If you walk up to the electric fence, not into it, just up to the electric fence, you could try turning undead if you got a channel divinity left.
I don't. I've already used both.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get
Yep.
the third one until until a couple levels. You got flame strike?
No. No. I think what I'm gonna do is a shot in the dark. Because why not? So I'm going to roll this. Protection? No, that's... never mind. So I'm rolling this at disadvantage because I can't see him.
Oh. All right. So, 1.
No. I was attempting to make him feeble, but I guess not.
Alrighty.
I don't have a bonus action.
Any movement that you'd like to do?
I think I will go up toward the wall though,
Okay.
just so that if he
And-
wants to come to me, he's gonna stay in the bubble.
And where he is too, Raphael can't see him, and that side of the wall is the non-hazardous side. The hazardous side is faced into the bubble.
Yes.
Okay. So Mordecai, you're pressing the pressing the pushback here. You're gonna step up if Raphael wants to come up to you here. You step from behind the tree towards this electric fence that Norlai has put up. What was your passive perception again?
Mine?
Yeah. I know
Garbage.
it's not what it used
11.
to be. 11? Okay.
11.
Um.
Garbage.
So you, you're stepping forward, and while the undead here, I mean, they might still pose a threat, but they seem to be just, more here as snacks for Raphael. Like, they haven't been going out of their way to actively attack you all, but they are around to possibly, just help him out. You come out from the tree, you're stepping up, there's this illumination, and you're ready, like, whatever, with a spell or with, like, your weapon or whatever. You're ready for him to come out. You look over, and there's a flaming skeleton, and its head just sort of, like, pivots on its spine, and it just sort of, like, gives you a little, like, a nod. Not really of anything in particular, but it knows that you're there, but it's not doing anything about it. It is a little warm standing next to him, but to no mechanical detriment. The water is still pouring, and even, like, being sucked out of the fountain. You can see the concrete, or, like, the stone bottom of it, as it's been represented here by little squiggles. There is also this, like, undead dog that's just chilling out, like it probably did in life. Maybe it's just doing what it remembers. I don't know. Death is kind of a weird thing. What it did in life, and it's just jamming out now by this draining pond. You look over as well, and there's a skeleton of some unfortunate person, probably a rather fresh one, meaning that it was someone who was ravaged not that long ago, and their bones were freed from their flesh by necromancy. So it's just someone who's probably alive and having dinner not that long ago, and is now going there. And beside it is a zombie. I don't know, is kind of a thinner form in some sort of like a dress, and is also kind of just in a walk, like almost like a stunned walk that's being drawn in to where all the other undead are coalescing around Raphael. And it is NPC's turn.
Alright, what?
It prevents sound, but it wouldn't prevent
Sound and sight, so.
yeah, it's sound and sight.
So if there's some
They
extra
wouldn't-
sensory sense.
Yeah, they won't have that, but we're going to say that they're moving in as they're getting ready to bunch up for something. The ghost doesn't. It's floating above the water. Skeleton is just whatever. I'm a skeleton. I'll go into the water. As they start cutting through the fountain here, woo! Flies over the professor. The fountain's haunted. And these ones are moving up various amounts. These zombies are going around the effect. I don't have enough map space outside of it, but they're going around the effect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is just standing here waiting for, like, it's even looking in the direction of Raphael. It just sort of turns and it's like, take me. I'm waiting. And this zombie or something, this desiccated woman, also walks up and stands beside the skeleton. And begins to reach a hand forward, and you see like the lightning arc out and like zap and burn her fingertips. She doesn't seem to recognize it, but she's in a weird state of, there's almost like a blue fire in her eyes. That's the NPC's turn. We go back up to Norlai. Norlai, what would you like to do? There's a void of darkness. You have your electric fence. There's a massive undead. The fountain's draining.
Well, the wall's gonna stay up, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to throw another Crown of Stars.
Okay.
It's gonna be a disadvantage. 2d20, keep +1. But it's gonna be +10. Does a 15 hit?
No, I don't believe it does.
No,
because
it does
17
not.
does not.
Yeah.
Okay. Then as my action, I'm gonna use another lightning bolt from the staff. Which is gonna be at 7th level. And he needs to make a save.
Alrighty, I get 2 d20s on this one. Hey, there we go. I do save.
38, 48, 55, 22. He's taking 22 points of damage.
Alright. Ah! I really need you to stop doing that.
No.
Oh.
Vanquish.
Alright.
Destroy.
Raphael, I need you to do something here because you aren't lasting too much longer.
I want to have charges eventually.
Well, first he's making a Constitution save.
2d20 plus 4. Come on. Oh, that was an 18!
Nope.
Come on.
29 points of... 29 points of, force damage. Is he gone?
No.
Well, he's
He
making another
might be,
dexterity
depending on what's happening next.
Oh wait,
save. Dexterity save.
is it the start of his turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
dex save for the fence.
Dex save for the wall for the wall of lightning.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's 2. I mean, the 1 is fine.
So
but
it's half.
it's still half, but
Half of... Double checking, because I keep forgetting. 5d8.
13. You take another 13 points of damage.
okay. And then I get my 10 back. What am I gonna do? 1, 2. He can step over Mordecai because he's big. 3, 4.
Remember that he's got difficult terrain at the moment, so...
Yeah. He moves, and he once. Actually, hang on. Ooh, I forgot to.
His wings are still in the wall and in the void.
They are. I need
can't-
to see
he
if
can't.
I need to see if something happened.
He can't move through my space.
No, he can't because of because of protection from good and evil. He cannot move through Mordecai's space.
How would
That's
that-
not even a size thing. That's a spell thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
How would that work on a gargantuan then? Who can like just step over you?
He's not a gargantuan. You said he was large.
Oh, he's definitely not large. Large is only
Sorry, you
2
didn't
by
say he was
2.
gargantuan. You said he was huge.
Huge?
Yeah.
Well, he's
Huge.
Well,
he's
or-
not huge
yeah.
either. He's obviously gargantuan because
But-
he takes up 4 by 4 on the
He-
map. So
He did
Oh, does he?
absorb some
Okay.
stuff while
Yeah.
you guys were bantering too, but
That is true.
so I mean he can't. I guess he'll try to step on you, but like you're, we'll say like you're shielded as he tries to like step on to give you the steppies, and you say no, I'm not into that, and his foot slips off to the side, but he's standing over you.
That's a thing that can happen. But he won't be able to move anywhere except back. He cannot move straight up, cannot move through that space.
Recharge.
Twitch baby.
Oh, free
8
range. Thank you.
smiles.
We had a
Rio,
Twitch baby.
8
Thank you.
smiles. Rio, 8 smiles.
All right. Well, I guess probably not gonna need that zone anymore.
Nope. Maybe not.
Statistically, I should have gotten it back. Oh well. He's gonna look around and he is going to.
you know the monsters never recharge their abilities. I haven't recharged an ability in the whole game. In the game I'm in. You know that.
Alex.
Meanwhile, I was
Friend
getting
DM
I was
on
getting
enough.
really lucky with Euphoria Brad during Tinkerbell and Carmine.
Thantos, thank you
Like
for
the-
the gifted sub to Bubonic.
Like the fact that I recharged that more than like twice over the course of the entire thing was statistically improbable.
he needs the hit points. All right, I'm going to multi-attack. The first attack is going to be on the skeleton to his immediate left. And pretty much, okay, yeah, as long as it's not a 1, maybe, no, or even a 2 would still, so there's a 10% chance to miss that skeleton, and the skeleton gets bonked, and it, he recovers some of that energy
through the wall.
that was, that like these, almost like they're vessels bringing him energy as he absorbs the necromantic power that had brought them. Oh, Thantos also giving out some more. Thank you very much. Those will come in handy next Wednesday when I'm giving out boxes of minis to y'all, because that'll be the 3rd Wednesday of the month. He then, so he goes through, smites down the skeleton, who almost in a similar effect to the void, except it's being drawn to him. That energy is drawn. He then, he looks, he casts his gaze, and he switches his momentum. And he said, I felt you here. I knew you were here. And swings his flail back. Fortunately, he has the reach to do so. And on this woman who shambled into the park, 20 plus 10 crits her.
Actually, I'm gonna cancel that crit.
Yeah, you can. You could do that.
I can cancel that crit.
What?
Sentinel at death's door.
As a react. Oh my gosh.
Nuh-uh-uh! You didn't say the magic word! Mordecai, on the other hand.
Wow. Okay. Just
I was kind of hoping, because narratively
to a
that would be
normal
kinda
hit.
cool.
All right.
It's just a regular.
Yeah. So this is going to be. What does this effect look like as you manifest it?
It is a large shield, a spectral shield in a way.
Okay.
The creature that I have protected is shielded from any adverse effects, including critical hits. So, yeah, no crit. Only normal damage happens.
Okay. This is. The flail strikes the figure for 13 magical bludgeoning. As that happens, and it comes down, like your shield, like for a second, there's just this resistance. And the force of Raphael's muscles, or whatever is empowering him, forces this like Ouija-shaped flail head through, striking the woman across the face. And you see that there's also a blue energy that is like seeping out of the wound. It's not blood, not even like old goopy dry blood, or no blood at all, but a similar radiance. And then there is also at the point of impact, there is supposed to be a big flare-up of radiant damage, but I'm going to go with the rule of cool, and I'm going to say that as soon as that happens, there is the flash, and it is absorbed into this woman who appears a little less dazed, and her injuries almost seem to heal back up again, like what's been happening to Raphael. And as he goes down, like he has a big shit-eaten grin on his face, like, I got you. And the flash occurs, and his eyes focus again, and he is looking on with, he's not aghast, but with a morbid curiosity.
He's not aghast, he's a revenant.
Yeah, we're getting in all the jokes.
Hey!
Wow, I didn't know you
I
had that.
said
Right.
no.
That's not Atasha's, but it should be.
Bright, what are you
Mordecai
doing?
just says, I
Oh.
said no.
His head whips back
it's
down to
fine.
you more. Like actually, he's sort of like he has to whip down because you're like standing like he's over you, like you're directly beneath him. So he has to like look down between his knees as you are defiant and I said no. Okay, I'm sorry,
So
Bright.
I'm gonna bring Big B Smushing Hand back out of the void
Okay.
and move it to here. I don't have a token for it, so
Yeah,
this is just where I'm gonna put it. But instead of pushing him back into the void this time, because it seems like he's kind of already partly stuck in the void,
Yeah.
I'm going to instead punch him in the face using the clenched fist option.
Yeah.
So,
Punch him in the face.
so that'll count as a melee spell attack for me, which
If you
I don't
spell
have
attack
a.
roll.
Yeah, I don't have a. Here we go. It's plus 10. It should be plus 12 because I have my staff.
Yes.
So it'll be. This will look like Steelwood Strike, but it's not. It's the Smushing Hand.
Okay. 23 absolutely
two.
hits.
Yeah, it's actually 25 because I have plus 2 that's not
Or, I'm-
reflected
yeah,
on
yeah,
there. I need
25,
to fix
yeah.
my character sheet. So 25 actually hits. Okay, the damage on Smushing Hand is. That's a good question. I should have looked that up while I was doing this.
48.
4d8? That
Yep.
sounds about right. Yes, 4d8. Okay,
Okay. I can
13.
I can take this one. 227.
Oh,
Can you,
you
though?
can't take what comes next.
How do you know what comes next?
You see, I can also see the future.
Well, because you saw me accidentally click it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because of what I'm about to do. Because
That's
I
true,
don't
Bright.
it's
If
me.
is there anything else you wish to do?
Oh. Yeah, because that's just my bonus action. So now for my regular action,
That's right.
I'm going to look deeply into his eyes, and I'm going to say, "Boop," and that's power word stun.
Oh. Yep. Does he have 150 or fewer hit points?
He does have fewer than that.
Then he's stunned. No save, just
Just
he's stunned until he saves on his turn. At the end of each of his turns.
Okay, all right, yeah. So okay, so there's no save straight up, so I can't save it up on the subsequent ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
On
on
his
subsequent
turns,
turns.
Is that? No, that's not even like a charm or anything. It's just it happens. Yep. All right. Well, that's a
Yep.
power word, everyone.
it just does.
Yep.
I like that the power word for power word stun is boop. That's my favorite part of it.
So
We
like,
already know what the one.
he struck down at this figure. There was a grin that went to a huh, and then Mordecai growled at him from underneath him. He looks down, and then you just you know this is the boop heard all throughout the city. And he just sort of looks up and just this.
It's like the Bigby's hands boops him on the nose. And it hurts and it stuns him.
Yep. So if this was a fighting game, now the stars go around your head, and he goes.
Yeah.
You have to
Stars
mash
or
the
birds?
buttons real fast.
Well,
or you
yeah,
can't
he
get out of it.
can't not be stunned. So unless there's anything else bright, I guess the professor is going to predict the future by manifesting it in the present.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Professor.
you better believe.
Thantos, I can't
So-
use I can't use the favors on things I can't roll for.
Okay. So. Alright. So what happens is Raphael is going to feel something on his on his shoulder. And when he looks over, he's going to see an image of Cypher there, although Bright, Norelai, and Mordecai are not going to be able to see this image, and it says to him, "Going so soon," and I am going to be casting Pulse Wave at level 5, and I'm going to be choosing Pull. Constitution save.
You had spell slots left, you funny man.
Yes, it did.
19.
Nope. Nope. He's taking 31 points of force damage, and he's being. You would see that all of these hands reach out, from the void, grabbing him and yanking him straight back into it.
How many feet?
50, 25. So he's gonna be like over here.
Oh, diagonal? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be pulled towards me. Oh wait, hold on. Towards or away. Yeah, so it is towards me. Yep. So he'd be like over here.
1,
Because I'm just snagging him with the end of it.
like there?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. That was
I
down
just see it
diagonal 4 and
disappear.
over 1. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
he
so
gets pulled.
yeah, so Mordecai, like he's over you and like, but he, looked up at Bright, is kind of stunned, and then you just see these hands reach out of the darkness, like wrap around him and pull him back, like pull his stunned form back into the void. Okay. Was there? Wait, was there damage on this too?
Yeah, 31 points. Oh, sorry, 32 points. Is he dead?
He is. Oh, yes,
So
he is.
I have a way that this is gonna happen.
Okay.
You would see the hands pull him back in. The orb begins to swirl and swirl and swirl, and you would actually be able to see the Bright and Norland would be able to see the professor on the other side. You see him raise his hands, and there's this call probably in Shadowheart of something along the lines of "Be gone," and he slams his hands to the ground, and the orb splits open and becomes this cylinder of dark gravitational force that whoosh. And as that happens, Raphael is going to be it's going to disappear, and Raphael is going to be falling as he got launched into the air, and slowly but surely turning to dust, as if he drops to 0 hit points while in the area, anything non-magical that he's wearing and him, he turns anything that's non-magical, including his corpse, turns to dust. And so you would see him falling out of the sky, slowly disintegrating. Because I figured that would be the most dramatically appropriate thing, given the effects that he's under and all of that.
Okay. So he succumbs to these forces at the professor's ability to control, and as his corporeal form just atomizes, dusts.
Can I pair this with a dispel good and evil?
I mean,
Mordecai's
yeah, you're
turn
next
next.
if you want to do something.
I want to make sure that he doesn't come back.
And I
I'm
can drop
gonna dispel.
I can drop concentration on Darkstar. You can drop concentration whenever, even if it's not your turn. So
Okay.
And so I'm going to use my 6th level spell slots, and I am going to dispel good and evil. If he's
Dismissal?
celestial, he has to go back to the celestial plane. If he is undead, he's going to the Shadowfell.
All right.
melee spell attack.
This, I will give you advantage on this.
So I do have to be close to him.
Yep, so you'd be moving up. And you won't take damage from the wall until your turn. Your next turn. Because you went through all the non-hazardous side.
I mean, if he's disintegrated, isn't that better than this?
Oh, I think it's his soul.
Yeah, I think Mordecai wants to release the
Yes.
soul or whatever, not just the body.
Yeah,
Okay.
mumbo jumbo.
Cleric stuff, okay.
Yeah.
Cleric stuff I wouldn't understand.
So I'm gonna make the attack with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it'd be the
30.
same thing, and that's a 30. And there's no save, he's just... Oh, wait, no charisma save.
Charisma or con?
Charisma.
Oh, charisma.
DC 21
I
charisma save.
have to be able to touch him, and then he has to save against my DC.
He probably has pretty good charisma.
He does. But I'm going to cancel out the normal advantage he'd have with the fact that he's also in a dying state. So I'm going to roll straight up +9. 18?
Nope.
DC 21.
Okay. Boy, I really want him to linger a little bit longer, but nope, that's not happening.
Nope. I am sending off his soul. Whatever's left of it.
All right. So a couple things are happening then. His body is soundly defeated. Mordecai, you stepping up and either predicting something I was going to do or just being in character because this is your thing. As his body discorporates, you want to send his soul off as well, especially because he does
All
have
the
this
souls
nasty
he's
habit
collected.
of recurring, at least in a bodily sense.
And all the ones he's collected too.
And this is...
They are...
Oops.
They are
They are part
rolling
of
the,
him.
They are part of him, as he said.
I gotta... Oh, come on. Oh, you know what? Maybe if I grab a... That is almost centered. There we go. He bursts in this energy as the souls are released and freed. And I am going to need both the professor and Mordecai to make a Constitution saving throw as energy that has been unleashed ravages the area.
Would it
Yeah,
affect me if I'm under protection from good and evil?
You would have advantage on the save because it is still coming from a celestial. This is sort of like a death, like it's from him. He's going away, but this is like the last thing that happens.
He sees
Is it,
death throws.
Con save?
Yes, this is a con save.
21.
15.
All right.
My con save's not
The
very
15 won't. The 21 will. And so once more, a lot of the souls that have been a part of him release as this radiance. And it is going to be... so 39 points of radiant damage.
It's half to 14, half to 7. I'm resistant.
39...
Professor, you denied me something else too by moving him in the diagonal that you did. Shame on you.
Yeah, I know. No.
No.
Stop
Just no.
denying me my pleasures as a DM.
No.
No.
You're
You
supposed
are
to take
not
pleasure in
allowed.
the victories of your players.
I mean, I do, but...
No, you don't.
What?
Don't lie.
Is that all the damage?
Yes, that's all the damage from his explosion.
So, after the explosion, Mordecai, you'd be able to see that Cypher got pretty busted up by the explosion, but he's okay. He's still standing, although he looks a little bit beaten.
Mordecai is just holding on to his holy symbol and touches what's left of Raphael with his staff. Be free. And that's when he poofs.
He poofs. That energy is released. For a second, Mordecai, like as it washes over you, like you have your staff out, and of course with your new form, this doesn't seem to impact you as much as it would someone else. A lot of it, and Bright and Norlai, you can see this from your vantage points being outside of this radius of explosion. A lot of it almost seemed to be unnaturally aimed towards this woman standing by the electric fence. Mordecai, though, releases the energy and guides it to be freed out into, just to disperse into the air in the sky above the park. And
Going to send it to the afterlife.
there's nothing left besides some ash, like it's almost like glitter because of this weird like pearlescent skin that
Did he have
had.
any Did he have any magical items on him? Because they would survive.
He has a. He does have a flail that is left behind.
So the flail stays.
But yes, all other parts turn into a shiny dust, and the kind of the pacified or the controlled undead in the area stop for a moment, and no longer under this this service or this pacification. You all are going to start hearing a bunch of snarls as heads turn and they go back to being feral undead. However, we need to stop and take a break because I can't wiggle in my chair much longer, and we're going to take 10 minutes, go do what we got to do, and we're going to come back and resolve what happens in the wake of Raphael's control being lost on the undead and anything else that's happening. So stick with us, enjoy the break screen. If any of you have bits or whatever that you want to throw in, watch what happens to Bright's muffin if you throw a couple bits. You'll give her a treat. And we will see you again in about 10 minutes.
Every
That
muffin
sounds
needs to be
dirty.
It kind of does.
Freezing. Freezing.